We've got 11,200 people watching. Amazing. Go, and then DO7JJ says, correct, Viva. Right now, make sure that you're subscribed. And if you want the clips, I post the clips to CommuTube and Rumble as well. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have notifications turned on. Hit that thumbs up because there's only 234 thumbs down. Get out of here. And the other thing I was going to ask you is today is going to be a day where there will be no paywall. You don't need to be a supporter to join the vivabarneslaw.locals.com after party because I'm using StreamYard because I didn't want to have an issue with our guest. Link to Locals. Come join Locals and you can stay for the after party and I'll show you some Topps 2003 baseball cards that we got the other day. All right. If it wasn't black-pilled enough, let's get into the next story. I see a tweet and it says, Alan Dershowitz, not begging, not pleading, recommending a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell. And I'm like, that's not possible. I haven't heard that. And then I go look up Dershowitz, Ghislaine, pardon. And what I see is an article from back in 2022 that says, once upon a time, Dershowitz allegedly asked for a pardon, lobbied for a pardon from Ghislaine Maxwell before trial, but he denied it. So it says this is old people. This is January 10, 2022. But spoiler alert, apparently he actually suggested pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell because, the Derek Chauvin idea was such a popular one and so politically savvy. The other one, the P. Diddy, that's another great one you should really think of. You want to quell concerns about nefarious involvement in sinister activity? Go ahead and pardon P. Diddy. Unless it's strategic to get the names of whomever. But so this is an old article. It said former Jeffrey Epstein lawyer, attorney Dershowitz, lobbied President Trump for pardon of Madam Ghislaine Maxwell. The 83-year-old lawyer himself, long accused of having sex with one of the late pedophile Epstein teen accusers, pushed for a pardon after UK media heiress Maxwell was arrested. He did deny it, though. That's what I want to try to find here. Dershowitz denied the claim in an interview with The Insider on Monday, blasting the report as simply not true. Fast forward. How many years is it? 2.5 years? It looks like he's asking for a pardon. This is a clip from Alex Jones with Roger Stone.
I can just tell you it's in her sworn testimony. Virginia Giuffre, again. I think, sadly, if you read the testimony of Virginia Giuffre, again, Alan, she accuses Dershowitz in her testimony of sexual assault.
By the way, can we all just go back and watch what Alex Jones was doing there?
I think, sadly, if you read the testimony of
reading something,
Virginia Giuffre, again,
finger tells him to bring
Alan,
something
she
up.
Accuses Dershowitz in her testimony of sexual assault. He has always vehemently denied it. He's threatened to sue people who say it, but I can just tell you it's in her sworn testimony. This is the worst idea I've ever heard. It's right up there with the idea of pardoning P. Diddy.
So Roger Stone, because he's got half a brain in him. Roger Stone is a very smart man, by the way. That was not intended to be an insult to Roger Stone. Rightly acknowledges it would be the worst idea on earth. All that to say, it's true. Get this out of here. Epstein lawyer responds to Elon Musk claim Trump is named in files as Ghislaine Maxwell pins her hopes on a presidential pardon. Is this one from June 6, 2025? Let me make sure we're looking at the same thing. And we are. Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer has responded to Elon Musk's sensational suggestion that Donald Trump was involved in the late pedophile's crimes in a bombastic social media post yesterday. As their bromance came to an end, Musk made the inflammatory suggestion that Trump is refusing to release the secret Epstein file because he is, quote, named in them. Epstein attorney David Schoen refuted his claim that Epstein had no information that would hurt President Donald Trump. This is clearly not the right article that I was looking for. But that's all to say that I've covered what I think was the exposure that Elon Musk created for himself yesterday, because it's defamation by implication, though, through what he said. Just the news. Here we go. Let's bring this one up. This is Dershowitz apparently suggesting urging a pardon. Urging is such a strong word. Dershowitz urges pardon for Epstein, Madam Ghislaine Maxwell. Why are we calling her a madam? Did she get knighted or something? Harvard Law School professor emeritus, which means he's connected from a distance, Alan Dershowitz, has urged the Trump administration to consider a pardon. You can't urge someone to consider. Those are two mutually conflicting terms. He's asked that they consider. Urge them to take action is different. You don't urge someone to think about taking action. I pardon or commutation for his ex-girlfriend, Madam Ghislaine Maxwell. She received 20 years for sex trafficking to nobody yet, as far as we know. Be patient, but don't be stupid. And an array of charges related to her procurement of underage women for Jeffrey. It was all about him. That's right. Certainly she should, by the way, he was a sex trafficker too. Certainly she should get a commutation. The sentence was way, way, way in excess of anything she was alleged to have done. He told the Daily Mail. And this is the original article from the Daily Mail. Now let's go and see what he says there. No, get back here. This is not right. She was in part a victim of Epstein. This is where I take specific umbrage with what Dershowitz is saying. He's a very smart man. I defer to him for legal analysis, or at the very least, always consider his opinion. She was in part a victim of Epstein. The fact that Epstein died made her a primary target and caused an excessive sentence to her. Some executive clemency is very much warranted in her case. I believe there will be a lot of people who would support some executive clemency for her. Shall we make a poll in the Twitterverse? I guarantee you the answer is nil. Let me do this in real time. We're going to go see Dershowitz suggests, and we'll put this in here. I believe there will be a lot of who would support clemency for her. Here, and it's going to be 0. Do you support clemency for Ghislaine? How do you spell her name? Ghislaine Maxwell. And I'm just going to do this. Dershowitz says, I'll just put Dershowitz : I believe there will be a lot of clemency of people who would support some executive clemency for her. Do you support clemency for Ghislaine Maxwell? Yes, no. Post, and we shall see. Guaranteed 90+%. Hells to the bells, no. Dershowitz himself fought a years-long battle over accusations, yada, yada, yada. So that is possibly the worst idea ever, especially in light of Elon Musk coming out and saying what he said yesterday, which I don't think many people believe. And if it's technically true because he was in the black book and he was on the flight log for purely domestic flights from New York, Miami, New Jersey, from the public records or the records that have been disclosed, technically true, defamatory by implication, I don't think there's a person on earth who would agree with what Dershowitz said. And it's very, very bad timing to even bring it up right now.